All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the scriptures. This is Galatians 5 and 19. It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest. Let's get that word manifest, evident. Which are these? And then if you read down, it basically speaks of the modern day mindset. The modern day mindsets are thoughts and ways of wickedness and evil. So the modern day mindset is the mindset of the flesh. So let's go ahead and run these down and say, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. I think they go into lust. So adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. Adultery is, basically, that's part of the commandments, and that's spiritual and physical adultery that Esau promotes within his queendom. He promotes the worshiping of idols. He promotes the do as thou wilt spirit. He instructs and teaches the women that it's okay for them to have multiple sex partners and to basically commit adultery. That's been pushed along with the Mo agenda, along with idolatry, along with uncleanness, along with lust, lasciviousness. America is the pornography capital of the world. I think it's California where basically the majority of porn is made. That's all lust, man. So America truly is the sinful kingdom according to Amos 9 and 8. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies. That's the vibration of America, man. So the works of the flesh is the mindset and the mentality of America. Envyings, murder, drunkenness, revelings, and such of like, of which I told you before, as I told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. So America, Babylon the Great, is operating according to the thoughts of the flesh. Let's get Genesis 6 and 5, and that's the way it was in the time of the flood. So that's a great indicator that we are in the time of the end, or the end of this age. And it says, Genesis 6 and 5, it says, Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. The wickedness of man and every imagination is proper. So let's get the word strongs. Pottery, purpose, device, intellectual framework. Every imagination, let's get this footnote. I want to see what it says. Intent or thought, see? Of intent. So you can say that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was evil continually, all the day. So we are living in the time of Galatians 5:19, the time of the works of the flesh being manifest on a very high level. And that was the major cause that the Lord put judgment in the form of a flood upon the earth. And this is going to be the major cause where the Lord is going to put judgment in the form of fire upon the earth, man. Let's get 1 Peter 4 chapter. Let's get 1 Peter 4, we'll start at verse 1. It says, for much then as Yahweh shall suffer for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise, because he sacrificed himself. Arm yourself likewise the same mind, for he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he no longer shall live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men. And that's the thought pattern of the world today. It's according to the lust of men, which you read in Galatians, the 5th chapter. That's a lot. It says, 1 Peter 4 and 3, it says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess wine, rebellions, bitterness, abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of right, speaking evil of you. So at one point in time, we were in we were under the vibration and the thought pattern and mentality of the works of the flesh. We didn't seek spiritual things. And then until the Most High, woke up, put a spark in you to search and seek out Him, and that's when we got woken up to this truth and woken up to the true evil and wickedness of this world. So that's the time we're living in, man, and that's the thought pattern of judgment and death. So we strive to think with a whole different mentality, to be of a whole different spirit. Let's get Matthew 5:19, and it says, is that it? So once again, speaking of the thought pattern of the world, this is Matthew 15:19. For out of the heart or the mind proceedeth evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, deaths, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man, but the washing hands defile not a man. So it's accepting the vibration of this world, the mentality and thought pattern of this world, that can defile you, man. So what does that say? Basically, what can we get from this? Basically, you gotta think contrary to the world, in opposition to the world. You gotta live a lifestyle. You gotta live a life. You gotta live with a purpose that's contrary to the world around you. And that's basically what it is. You gotta live contrary to the world around you. You gotta live against the world around you. You gotta be against everything around you. And that requires for you to take a stand. At certain things at certain times. That requires you to refrain yourself and withdraw yourself from basically everybody at times. But that's the thought power in the world. Let's get a few more scriptures. Psalms 84 and 12, I think it is. Psalms 84, let's see what this says. It says, Salakia, that was Psalms 94 and 11. And basically, this explains what the Lord, the Most High, thinks about the mentality, the world mentality, or the mentality of the lust of the flesh, or the flesh mentality, which is contrary to the spirit. This is Psalm 94:11 says, the Lord, the Most High, knoweth the thoughts of man, and we establish what the thoughts of man are. The thoughts of man are basically the lusts of man, which are the thoughts of man, which are the intents of man, which way he operates and conducts business. He conducts it according to the works of the flesh. The Lord knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Yahweh, and teachest him out the law. Because the law, statutes, commandments, and that includes the moral code, which is found in the book of Proverbs, the wisdom of Solomon, Sirach, Ecclesiastes. That also includes the moral law that was given unto us, as well as the dietary laws and the other moral laws in the Bible. The book of Deuteronomy, and some in Leviticus. That has been established and given to the Israelites to be contrary to the world, to be set apart from the world, to be a holy people. Because we all know that the word holy means to be set apart. It says, blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Yahweh, teaches him out the law. Because in order to be chastened, get that word, instructed, in order to be chastened, basically to instruct, you gotta learn that what you're doing is incorrect. And then you correct yourself, you repent and correct yourself, and you go from there. Then you repent, and then you start walking contrary to the world, which is contrary to the flesh. That's the way it goes. And when you come into this truth, you are told to forsake your thought pattern, the worldly thought pattern. You are instructed to lead not into your own understanding. You can't be thinking the same way you was thinking before. You got to have a whole new, way of looking at the world and at yourself. The mindset, we like to call it mindset. But this is Isaiah 55:7. That says, let the wicked forsake his ways and the unrighteous man his thoughts. You see that? So you gotta have the ability to think differently. And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and through our power for He will abundantly pardon. So that's what it is, man. That's what we're called to do. And that's why you always got to be mindful of your thoughts and what you say and what you think, and how you conduct yourself, because every action that we take in the moment defines who we are tomorrow, defines who we are the next moment. For example, you go out and get drunk today, tomorrow you're going to be a hungover man. You're going to feel sick. So every action that we take is an investment, or it's a loss to our future self, man. If you can understand that. So that's why we have the mindset to store up treasures in heaven, and that includes how you think, man. That includes how you conduct yourself on a minute by minute basis. Even if you got to keep track of it that way, that's what you got to do. This is what's going to separate us from the heathen and the two-thirds and the Edomites. The way we conduct ourselves, the way we think, the way we do everything differently and contrary to his world system. But with that being said, just a real quick lesson here at the plantation. Most High will and hope was edifying. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.